We're super excited to flow with you today. It's me, Bree, and Janelle. She's going to be the student. I'm super excited to flow, so let's just go ahead and start in a comfortable seat wherever you're at. You can grab some props if you want to. You need them for your bodies, but I'm not going to be calling out anything specifically today. So go ahead and start in a comfortable seat, whatever a comfortable seat means to you. You can have your palms on your knees facing down or up. And all I want you to do right now is just start to breathe. Preparing your body and your mind for the practice right now. Closing your eyes if that feels comfortable and good for you. Just breathing. Just taking deeper breaths, longer breaths. Letting your mind clear of all the outside expectations, all the extra work and effort. The laundry list, the grocery list, all the extra noises, all the extra distractions that come in. That is all clear. It's really hard. We all struggle to roll out our yoga mat and come to a yoga practice when there aren't any distractions around us. But when you're practicing from home, it's so much easier to get up and to feed into the distraction that's calling you. And so this is just a reminder for yourself. Anything that pops up, any noise, any thought, any reminder, it can wait. This time is for you. So when you're ready, go ahead and bring your chin into your chest, stretching the backside of your neck. Keeping those shoulders rolled back, chest is almost popping open. And you're still breathing. And then you're going to roll side to side. So right ear comes to right shoulder, and then back through center, and left ear comes to left shoulder. And continuing back and forth, left and right. Back and forth. Deepening your breath. Deepening your mindfulness, your awareness. Deepening that conversation that you're having with your body. Listen to your body and let it communicate with you. What's it saying? And then when you're ready, come back to center and just let the head hang. Maybe your head is hanging a little bit deeper. Maybe your chin is coming a little bit closer to your chest. Maybe it's not, and that's okay. Still breathing. And then when you're ready, come back to neutral. You can keep your eyes closed or you can blink them open. Let's inhale, reach our hands all the way to the sky. Palms face each other. We're going to bring our right hand down to the mat and our left hand comes up and over. Side body stretch. Beautiful. Your right shoulder, see if you can drop it away from your ear as you reach your fingertips. Your left fingertips up and over. Still breathing. On your next inhale, hands come right back to the sky. And then we're going to exhale over to the other side. Left hand comes down, right hand comes up, and then over. Your left shoulder comes away from your ear, and maybe that arm bends a little bit. Reaching those right fingertips long. Good. Still breathing here. We love to hold our breath when we hold poses. On an inhale, reach those hands right back to the sky. And then we're going to exhale, bring your hands forward. Clasp your hands together, rotate your palms out. Round the back and press the palms away from you. Look in between your legs like you're pushing a piece of furniture, spreading those shoulder blades apart. This piece of furniture is really heavy, and this is the worst way that you could possibly push a piece of furniture, but you're pushing something thinking that it's really, really, really heavy, so you're spreading those shoulder blades apart, creating a cavity in your chest. And then inhale yourself, release back, and shake everything out. And then we're going to make our way into child's pose. So you can rock onto those knees, or you can slide those legs around, knees wide, toes touching, fingertips reach forward. Breathing here. Your knees can be as wide as they feel comfortable on your mat. Janelle has her knees just a little bit wider than hip-width distance apart. My knees, I love them to be as wide as my mat, but that's what works for my body and my hips, and that's what works for Janelle and her body and her hips. So breathing here. When you're here, the biggest thing that you're focusing on is your hips coming down to your heels. Pressing your hips. They don't have to touch, but they're gravitating that direction. And then your spine is getting long and your chest is gravitating close to the floor. It does not have to touch by any means, but it's still gravitating there. And then maybe your forehead touches the mat, and then those fingertips are reaching long. Walk those fingertips over to the right side of the mat. Hands can be on the mat or off the mat, whatever your body wants. And then if your left hand wants to be on top of your right one, it can. Breathing here. And then walk those fingers all the way back through center and over to the left. Again, those hands can be on the mat or off the mat. And if you'd like to, you can take your right hand and place it on top of your left one. Breathing here. Again, your forehead can be on the ground or it can be hovering, whatever is going to feel best for your body today. Today we're going to be focusing on arm balances, and we might get a few handstands in, maybe, possibly, just handstand prep. But we want to slowly get into that, right? We don't want our bodies to be destroyed as soon as we start to work on that. So we want to slowly and mindfully prepare our bodies. So come back all the way to center when you're ready. Breathing here. When you're ready, go ahead and come into a tabletop position. So you're going to want to have your knees hip-width distance apart if they were wide. And then look in between your legs and make sure you cannot see your toes. Shoulders are right above the wrists and the fingers are spread wide. I like my pointer fingers to face forward. Then we're going to go through some cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, pull the chest forward, look forward. Exhale, round the back, chin comes into the chest, belly goes to the sky. Good. Inhale, drop the belly, pull the chest forward, look forward. Exhale, round the back, chin comes to the chest, belly goes to the sky. Continue inhaling and exhaling your own pace, your own breath, trying to do one breath per movement. And then inhale, and then see if you can pause at the top. So maybe continue inhaling, and then pause, and then start to exhale, and then pause, and then start to inhale, and then pause. See if you can find that in your movements. This is strengthening our breath, this is strengthening our lungs, this is strengthening our practice. If you want to take anything extra, so after you find your cat with the rounded back, if you want to take that into a child's pose, you can. And if you want to kind of scoop your chest forward into an upward facing dog kind of, then you can do that as well. This is whatever your body wants, whatever your body needs. If you want to take circles, breathing, slowly preparing our bodies. When you're ready, go ahead and find your way back into a tabletop position. We're going to inhale our right hand to the sky, all the way to the sky. Look at those fingertips, open the chest, reach higher. Exhale, thread the needle. Arm comes all the way through, drop the shoulder and the arm and the ear on the mat. You have options with your left hand. It can stay where it's at, or it can spider walk all the way to the front corner of the mat. We're not going to be doing anything with binds today, but if you want to take that extra partial bind, you can go ahead and take that option. The biggest focus, the biggest question is, does my neck feel good? Does my neck feel supported? And then, does my chest feel open? When you're ready, release your left hand all the way back to center. Use your muscles. Press yourself all the way up. Right hand goes right back to the sky. Look at those fingertips stretch. And then exhale, drop it down. Inhale, left hand all the way to the sky. Open the chest, reach the fingers high. And then exhale, thread it through. Thread that needle. Beautiful. Remember that right hand can go anywhere it feels good. Breathing here. You have those three options. It can stay exactly where it's at. It can walk to the front corner of the mat, stretching out, lengthening, or it can come in for the partial bind. The partial bind is the deepest twist in this, and it's the deepest chest opener. First and foremost, do I feel good? Does my neck feel good? Then, does my chest feel good? Breathing. When you're ready, bring that right hand all the way back to center. Use your muscles, press yourself up. Right hand goes back, left hand goes back to the sky. Look at those fingertips stretch, and then hand comes all the way back. We're going to step our right foot in between our hands. Yeah. So if you come here, notice how Janelle really wants to move her knee, but she's waiting for my cue. If your knee feels grumpy, you can step your back foot back so that you step your back knee back so that you feel more comfy on that back leg, and then go ahead, if you're prepared, you can sink down through your hips. We're not trying to get into the juiciest stretch we can today. We are just trying, not yet. In our first one, we're just trying to feel our body. So if you need to wiggle around in this, if you need to kind of shift left and right, you can. But I just want to make sure that, one, I'm starting to stretch my legs, and two, I'm not giving any super back pain on my back knee. If you want to, you can place a blanket under that back knee, or you can untuck those back toes and lift that back knee up. All we're doing is stretching here. Just breathing. Notice how Janelle's on her fingertips. You can either put books or blocks under your hands if your entire palm can't reach down. Or maybe you don't want your entire palm to reach down just yet. You can come up on fingertips, or you can, if you feel good, you don't have to have your hands on the ground at all. When you're ready, we're going to make our way back into our tabletop. So gently, nicely step that foot back to your tabletop. Reset yourself so that your knees are right under your hips again. Your shoulders are right under your shoulders are right above your wrists. And then do a quick cat-cow or side bend, whatever's going to feel good for your body. I like the cat-cow because it gets right into those hip flexors. And then when you're ready, we're going to come into the other side. So step your left foot in between your hands, and then set yourself up. So you want that front knee right over the front ankle, and then you can step your back leg back. I just don't want you to feel the direct pressure of the pain on the knee. And if you feel that, you step it back as much as it feels good, or you put a blanket under the knee, or you untuck the back toes, lift the back knee up. Those are your three options. Breathing here. You're trying to sink those hips down so that you're starting to warm up your body. Because this is the first time we've been on this side in class so far today, we're trying to just warm ourselves up. We're not trying to push ourselves to our best level, our biggest level today just yet. We're just trying to feel the stretch in our body. We're not going all out. When you're ready, go ahead and step back into your tabletop again. Do a quick cat-cow. And then when you're ready, find downward facing dog. Flip the toes, pike the hips, downward facing dog, up and back. Your chest is gravitating towards your thighs here. You can start to walk the dog, bending one knee and bending the other, finding that stretch in those calves. Hello, calves. Fingers are spread wide, shoulders are pulling away from the ears, and hips are high. Breathing here. Beautiful. If you're walking the dog, go ahead and pause the walk. You can bend your knees as much as you need to get those heels closer to the floor. They do not have to touch the floor though. You're just trying to get a stretch in the back of your legs. When you're ready, we're going to bend our knees deeper, come up on our tippy toes, and we're going to baby step to the front of our mat. Little step by little step all the way to the front. Come onto those fingertips if you need to, and then ragdoll. Find opposite elbows here, and just let yourself hang. Maybe you don't feel like grabbing your opposite elbows today. That is a-okay as well. The biggest thing that we want right now is no effort. The only thing that you're putting effort in, the only aspect that you're putting effort in is the fact that you're not paying attention. The only thing that you're paying attention to is the fact that you're not going to fall over. That's it. That's where the effort is. Keep your knees bent. Release your fingertips all the way down to the floor if they're not already there yet. And one vertebrae at a time, slowly, nicely, start to roll yourself all the way up to stand. Shoulders and neck come last. Roll the shoulders back, exhale. Hands by your sides. Do a little check. I want your feet to be hip-width distance apart. So go ahead and look down at your feet. Your feet are hip-width distance apart, and then the outsides of your baby toe, side of your foot, are parallel to the outer edge of your mat. Hands by your sides, palms facing out. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way to the sky. Look up through those fingertips. Exhale, forward fold all the way down, reach for those toes. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, shoulders pulled back away from the ears. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Let that head completely hang. Inhale, sweep the hands back to the sky. Hands up, look up. Palms face each other. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Hands by your sides. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way to the sky again. Palms face each other. They don't have to touch. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Reach for those toes. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Pull those shoulder blades together and down your spine. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale yourself to the sky. Hands up, look up. Palms face each other. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Hands by your sides. We're going to add on. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way to the sky. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Reach for those toes. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, deeper. Use bend the knee. Right foot only steps back. Keep your knee lifted. I want you to stay on your back heel. Stay untucked, stay on your back heel. Keep your knee lifted. Pull your back thigh to the sky, and then set your front foot up so that your knee is right over your front ankle. So yeah, see how Janelle pulled her toes forward a little bit? And then I want you to set yourself up so you have a strong stance. Breathing here, sinking your hips down, extending through the crown of your head long towards the front of the room, driving your heel towards the back of the room. Breathing here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step to the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold deeper, bend the knees, plant the hands, left foot steps back. Same exact thing here. We're gonna hang out here. Again, this is the second time we've come into a lunge, and this is the first time we've had our knee off the ground. So we're not doing anything super crazy. We're not getting into the deepest stretch that we've ever been in, right? But we are driving our heel towards the back of the room. We're driving our thigh towards the sky, and then we're just double checking that our front knee is right over our front ankle. Setting up our hands so that we feel good, and then extending through the crown of our head towards the front of the room. So long lines of energy here. Breathing. We love to hold our breath when we hold postures. I promise you the pose gets 10,000 times harder when you hold your breath. One more big inhale in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step to the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale yourself to the sky. Hands up, look up, palms face each other. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Hands by your sides. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way to the sky. Palms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, all the way down, reach for those toes. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, folds deeper, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into your plank. Perfect, hold here. So both of your thighs are pulling to the back of the sky, or to the top of the sky. Both of your heels are pulling towards the back of the room. Your belly button is coming into your ground away through your shoulder blades. So press your fingers are spread wide and you feel good. You are strong. Go straight to downward facing dog, up and back. Just for the first one, I promise we'll get some chaturangas in there. When you're ready, bend the knees, come up on the tippy toes, look in between the hands, and step or hop to the front of the mat. Good. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, folds deeper. Inhale yourself to the sky, hands up, look up, palms face each other. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Hands by your sides. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way to the sky. Palms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Reach for those toes. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, folds deeper. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into your plank. Hold here, breathe here. You're strong. Press away from the ground. Your fingers are spread wide. Your belly button's pulling into your spine. Your thighs are pulling to the sky, and your heels. You are strong. This is just a reminder to yourself. If you want to skip straight to down dog, you can, but otherwise, shift forward on your tippy toes and chaturanga down. Beautiful. Scoop the chest forward, baby cobra or full cobra. Open the chest, hang out here, get a good stretch. Exhale, downward facing dog, up and back. You can walk the dog if you'd like to when you come to downward facing dog. I always walk the dog every single time I come here. You can skip all of that. You can drop your knees, you don't have to do the push-up, you can take child's pose, you can sit down and watch the video. You don't have to do every vinyasa. When you're ready, bend the knees, come up on the tippy toes, look in between your hands, and again, step or hop to the front of the mat. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale yourself to the sky, hands up, look up, palms face each other. Hang out here. Exhale, cactus. Open the chest, palms face forward. Maybe take a little back bend. Inhale, hands come back to the sky. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper. Bend the knees, plant the hands, take your vinyasa. If you jump, I want you jumping to bent arms only, just like Janelle did. I don't want you jumping back into a plank. If you're like, Brie, I'm not, step back into, you're gonna skip all of that if you're gonna use your knees. Again, it's your practice. It's yogi's choice. Inhale your right leg to the sky, lean with that heel. Beautiful. Open your hip, let your foot come behind you, bend your knee. Good. Square your hips back towards the floor. So if you have laser beams on your hip, both of your laser beams are pointing down. And then you're gonna bring your knee into your nose, shoulders over wrist, round the back. Take the leg back to the sky. Open up your hip, let your foot come behind you. Let your laser beam point towards the side wall. Square your hips so that the laser beam points to the ground. Bring your knee into your nose, shoulders over wrist, round the back. Step it back to the sky. Open up your hip, let your foot come behind you. One more time, square your hip, bring your knee into your nose, shoulders over wrist, round the back. This time, hang out here. Step the foot in between the hands. Woo! High lunge, keep the back heel lifted. Hands come all the way to the sky. So we've already done the lower legs here, right? We're just lifting our hands to the sky, squeezing our thighs together, sinking our hips down. We're still driving the back thigh towards the back of the room. Front knee is still over the front ankle. We're just reaching our fingertips strong and long. Shoulders stay away from the ears because we have that long and lengthened neck. Inhale, lengthen through the spine again. Exhale, hands come down. Frame the foot, step back into your plank, take your vinyasa. We are ready for the other side. I don't know, you can skip this and drink water if you want to, but when you're ready, inhale your left leg to the sky. Open up the hip, let the foot come behind you, bend the knee. Let your left laser beam point out to the side and say hello to the wall. Breathing here. When you're ready, square the hips so that your laser beams are pointing down. Bring your knee into your nose, shoulders over wrist, round the back. Come into your three-legged dog. Shoot the leg back to the sky. Open up the hip. Let the foot come behind you. Laser beam to the side. Square your hips. Bring your knee into your nose. Shoulders over wrist, round the back. Find your three-legged dog. Open up the hip. Let the foot come behind you. Good. I think we have one more time. Square your hips. Bring your knee into your nose, shoulders over wrist, round the back. Hold here, hang out here. You are strong. You can handle this. Step the foot in between your hands, high lunge. Keep the heel lifted. Sweep the hands to the sky. Beautiful. So she's driving her back heel towards the back of the room. She's driving her back thigh towards the sky. Her front knee is bending, and her fingertips are reaching long. The shoulders stay away from the ears. So you don't want to act like a turtle and have your shoulders come all the way up to your ears. You pull your shoulders away from your ears, and even though you're reaching long through the fingertips, you're still soft in your neck. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, hands come all the way down to the floor, Vinyasa. Scoop the chest forward. Good. Downward facing dog, up and back. Bend the knees, come up on your fingertips, look in between your hands, and step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, folds deeper. Inhale, chair pose. Sink the hips, reach the hands all the way to the sky. Woo, we love chair pose. I don't know, Janelle, have you ever done chair pose with me? I don't think so. Oh, we have a newbie to chair pose with Bree. Okay. Look in between your toes. We're just doing this for you and for the video, right? Look in between your toes. Make sure you can see your toes. Then if you have the distance between your ankles, you want the same exact distance between your knees. If you don't have either of those, you want to shift the weight back into your heels and put a little bit more weight back into your hips. You will not fall over. Beautiful. Pull your belly button into your spine. You're not trying to get the full C curve out of your back, but you're not trying to dump into your low belly either. Zip up your ribs. Sit a little bit taller in your upper seat. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Look in between your fingertips if it feels good in your neck. And smile. That's the last thing. Take a big inhale in. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. For everybody watching, Janelle actually smiled at me first time. I had to ask her to. That's why we didn't hold that forever. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, folds deeper, take your vinyasa. Beautiful. Sometimes we hold chair pose for like a full minute because nobody smiles. Everybody taking class has to smile, or we stay in chair pose until everybody smiles. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Step it in between your hands. Low lunge. So you're going to keep your knee lifted, but your hands are going to stay down. Walk your hands on the inside of your legs. So walk your right foot to the outer edge of your mat, and your hands stay down. If you're at home and you're like, Bree, this is not happening, you can drop your back knee down. If you're at home and your fingertips do not reach the floor, you can put blocks or books underneath your hands. Breathing here. What tends to happen, and Janelle's not doing this in her body, but what tends to happen is when we come down like this, our hips lift up high. I want you to keep sinking your hips down. Breathing here. Just because you're folded over and your whole body is reaching towards the floor, I still want you to drive through with your heart. So roll the shoulders back, open the chest, and lead with the heart. So we're pressing away from the ground, almost like an upward facing dog, kind of. Beautiful. Three-legged dog. Yeah, so we swing it all the way up. Keep your leg lifted, come into your plank. Keep your leg lifted, chaturanga down. Drop the foot, pull the chest forward, upward facing dog. Beautiful. I'm only going to make you do that one more time, and then it's your option. Inhale the left leg to the sky. Step the foot in between the hands. Low lunge, we're going to keep the back knee lifted. If you're like, Brie, I'm not doing this, drop the back knee down. It's not the end of the world. Walk your hands on the inside of your legs. So you can walk your left foot to the outer edge of your mat, and then both of your hands are on the inside of that leg. Again, Janelle's not doing it, but we're just making sure that our front knee is right over our front ankle. She's checking that regularly, but I want you to also be checking that regularly. So double checking. Where is my foot? Where is my knee? Where is my chest? Where are my hands, right? So sinking your hips down, front knee right over the front, the chest forward, right? So I don't rounding in that upper back. Breathing here. And then we're going to take our three-legged vinyasa. So find your three-legged dog. Shift into your plank with your leg lifted. And then chaturanga down. Drop the foot, pull the chest forward, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, up and back. Breathing here. Rest in your downward facing dog. This is your time to re-find your bliss. Re-find your breath. Take a child's pose, take water. Start to re-find that inhale, re-find the exhale. Settle your hands in. When you're ready, bend the knees, come up on the tippy toes, and step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, folds deeper. Inhale into your chair, sink the hips, reach the hands all the way to the sky. Okay, we're checking in. What's happening to my toes? Can I see them? What's happening to my knees? If I have distance in between my ankles, are my knees buckling in, or do I have the same distance between my ankles and my knees? Can I shift a little bit more weight back into my hips? Can I shift a little bit more weight back into my hips? Can I pull my belly button into my spine, not so that I stop having a C curve in my low back, but just so that I'm not dumping out of my belly button anymore? Can I zip my ribs up together? Can I open my chest so that I'm sitting higher in my seat? Can I roll the shoulders away from my ears? Can I bring my fingertips higher? Can I look in between my fingertips? And then can I smile? Real smiles only, that's totally a fake smile. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper, take your vinyasa. Yogi's choice. Aww. Yeah, sometimes people just give me they just show me their teeth and it's not a real smile. Real smiles, we're happy flow yoga. We love chair pose, it makes us stronger. Makes us remember that we're moving, right? That we're working our muscles. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Bring your knee into your nose, shoulders over wrist, around the back. Leg back to the sky. Bring your knee into your right upper arm. So no broken elbows, just try to get it to your right upper arm. Yeah, to the sky. To our left upper arm, so cross it over, try to touch your left upper arm. Yeah, take it back to the sky. Back into your nose, shoulders over wrist, around the back. Back to the sky. Into your right upper arm. Back to the sky. Into your left upper arm. Breathing, back to the sky. One more time, it's fun. Into your nose. Into the sky. Into your right upper arm. Into the sky. Into your left upper arm. Into the sky. Into your nose, and then step the foot in between the hands. High lunge. Hands come all the way to the sky. Whew. It's good. It's a balance between lower body work, upper body work, lower body work, upper body work. Hang out here. Take a big inhale in. Exhale, cactus. We're going to do a few more of these. Inhale, hands come to the sky. Exhale, cactus. One more time. Inhale, hands come to the sky. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, hands come to the sky. Exhale, hands come all the way down to the floor, but hang out here. Again, walk those hands to the inside of that leg. Walk the foot to the outer edge of the mat. You can have your back knee lifted or you can have it lowered on the ground, but I want you to see if you can come lower. Can you bend those elbows or can you bring your forearms to the mat? Breathing here. And remember, we're not just doing this by just collapsing ourselves to the floor, right? We're leading with our heart. Front knee is always over that front ankle. And again, the back knee does not have to be lifted. Breathing here. When you wish to exit, when you're like, Bree, this is not fun anymore, then we hold it for 2 more breaths. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And then when you're ready, find your Vinyasa or your 3-legged dog. You can take your regular downward facing dog, you can take your regular Vinyasa, you can skip it, yogi's choice. You do what you want and what you need today. When you're ready, left leg comes to the sky. Bring your knee into your nose, shoulders over wrist around the back. Take the leg back to the sky. Your left knee is going to come into your left upper arm. Back to the sky. Right upper arm. Back to the sky. Into your nose. Back to the sky. Left upper arm. Back to the sky. Right upper arm, back to the sky, and one more time, into nose, back to sky, into left upper arm, back to sky. You are strong. One more, right upper arm, back to sky, in your nose so that you can step it in between your hands. Good. Find your high lunge. Breathing here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cactus. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. Hands on the inside of the leg. Back knee can be lifted or back knee can drop down. Check and see, maybe it's not happening today, check and see if your forearms can come down. Maybe your forearms just bend. Maybe your forearms come all the way down to the mat. Whatever happens, your hips are not lifting. So if you come down and your hips lift all the way to the sky, like so, right? If my hips lifted, I'd rather have your hips down and maybe your arms bend. This is where my arms are. My arms do not bend all the way. And so if your arms do not come all the way down to the floor, that's totally fine. If your back knee stays on the floor, that's totally fine. It's your practice, it's your body. Breathing. When we wish to exit, that's when we hold it for 2 more breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. When you're ready, take your Vinyasa. So come up onto your hands. You can step into your 3-legged dog or you can step back into your plank. You can skip it all. You can do whatever your body needs. Beautiful. Go ahead and take a child's pose. Breathing here. So we're going to demonstrate and then we're going to go through a flow, okay? So find your downward facing dog. I just want you to sit down and watch Janelle's body. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Bring your right knee into your right upper arm and try to get it above the elbow. And then you're going to chaturanga bend and see if you can fly. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And then back to your downward facing dog. Okay, so go ahead and come up into a seat. So what we want you to do is we want you to get that knee into your upper arm, above your elbow, so that you have a shelf to hold it on. So the biggest thing here is that when Janelle chaturanga bends, she has something on her arm. If it's not there, if your knee does not get to your elbow, you're gonna bend and nothing's gonna happen. Do you wanna demonstrate that really fast? So show me what it looks like if you can't get your knee to your arm, and then chaturanga bend. You just come all the way down to the floor. Nothing happens. You just smash to the floor. And then show me one more time what it looks like when you get your knee lower than your elbow. And then bend. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. So the biggest challenge here, and if that's where you stay, the biggest challenge here is that knee has got to go above the elbow. So it's got to be above the elbow. How do you do that? You use your lower core and you suck everything up higher so that your knee comes above your elbow. So we are going to go through a flow again. If you find it, you find it. If you don't find it, you don't find it. It's no big deal. We're just flowing through it today, okay? So when you're ready, find your downward facing dog. We're not gonna come into it yet. We're gonna bring our right leg to the sky. Everybody, all of us, bring your knee into your nose, shoulders over wrists, round the back. Go back to the sky. Right knee into right upper arm. We're not gonna fly, we're just gonna get it there. So try to get it above your elbow, use your lower core. Take it back to the sky. Bring your knee to your nose, shoulders over wrist, round the back. Use your core, try to get your knee closer to your face. Leg back to the sky, into that three-legged dog. This time we're gonna fly. So get your knee into your upper arm, your right upper arm, higher than your elbow. Chaturanga bend. Maybe your back foot starts to come off the floor. It's gonna start to get a little bit lighter. If it never lifts, it's fine. If you're feeling like a rock star, kick your front leg straight out like Janelle just did. Woohoo! And then when you're ready, downward facing dog. Woohoo, yeah. So fun to watch, right? So fun to do too. Is anybody just sitting on their couch watching? Because I feel like that's what I'm doing. I'm ready to do that. Other side, inhale, left leg to the sky. Knee into nose, shoulders over wrist, around the back. Back to the sky. Into your left upper arm. Above the elbow, try to get above the elbow. Use the lower core. Back to the sky. Into your nose, use the lower core, bring the knee closer to your face. Back to the sky. And now is when we fly. Knee into right upper arm, above the elbow, chaturanga bend. Maybe the back foot comes off the floor. You're flying! Maybe you kick out your front left leg and kick the heel away from you. Woohoo! I don't even know what you guys look like at home, but I know you look freaking amazing because you're attempting it. Okay, downward facing dog when you're ready. And child's pose, if that's your jam. Child's pose is your friend. Everybody can take child's pose. Woo! Janelle, you can come to child's pose. If you want to, if your arms are just like, oh man, Bree, then your arms can come behind your back. Breathing here. When you're ready, find your downward facing dog. We're gonna keep flying, but we're gonna fly different ways. Find your downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Step the foot in between your hands. You're gonna come into your low lunge. So hands are on the inside of that leg. Yeah, drop the back knee if you need to. So both hands are on the inside of your right leg. Your right leg is gonna come to the outer edge of the mat. Here, you don't have to bring your elbows to the floor, but what I want you to do is I want you to start to bend your elbows so that your shoulder can start to dig underneath your knee. So see how Janelle's doing that. Her hand is coming back. She's not even starting to fly. She's just starting to prepare her body. So she's bringing her chest down. All we're doing right now is checking. Is this even happening? Are we getting here in our bodies? Is my shoulder coming under my knee? Can I walk my hand back? Do I still have stability in my hands? Are my hands still working? Are they still spreading wide? Do I feel like something's gonna tear off, or do I feel comfy? Right? If you want to, you can fly from here. So I like to come onto my up front tippy toes, lift my heel, and then kick the foot out in front of me. Woohoo! Breathing here. So see how our forearms are not on the floor? If your foot never flies, that's totally fine. If your foot just comes off the floor, that's totally fine. See how she's in chaturanga? Come out whenever you need to, Janelle. She's like, I'm just gonna hold while Bree keeps talking. When you're ready, find your downward facing dog. We're gonna do it on the other side. If you're like, y'all are crazy on Facebook Live and on YouTube, that's totally fine. All I want you to do is check. Now, I have good news and I have bad news. Good news is that we only have 2 legs and not 8 legs. Good news is that we're not spiders. Bad news is we have to do it again on the other side. So when you're ready, inhale your left leg to the sky. Step the foot in between the hands, low lunge again. So you can set yourself up, drop the back knee down so that you can figure this out, right? Then you're gonna walk your hands onto the inside of your leg. The left leg is gonna come to the outer edge of the mat, and then you're gonna start to see, does my chest come lower? Can my elbows bend? Can I get that shoulder underneath that knee? Can I feel good here? Do I feel like something's gonna tear in half, or do I feel like I'm okay? Am I thriving, or am I just surviving? Either way, do I feel good? Then, if you wanna fly this, you set up those chaturanga arms, your hands are still on the floor, untuck your back toes, lift your back knee, come up onto the toes, and fly the leg. Woohoo! Maybe nothing comes off the floor. Maybe you're like, ugh. All you're doing is trying. All you're doing is hinging, breathing. You're holding this for as long as possible, and then when you are ready, you go back into downward facing dog. Breathing. When you're ready, come up on the tippy toes, look in between your hands, and step or hop to the front of the mat. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale yourself to the sky, hands up, look up. Hang out here, exhale, cactus, open the chest. Inhale, hands back to the sky. Exhale, hands come all the way down to the floor, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, folds deeper, bend the knees, plant the hands, take your vinyasa. Skip this if you need to. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hang out here, set yourself up, strong hands. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands. Maybe we're like, hey, it's getting easier. Inhale, high lunge, hands come all the way to the sky. Breathing here. Shoulders away from the ears. You have the option. We're gonna find our warrior 3. You have the option. You can keep the hands in front of you, or you can swing the hands back behind you for airplane pose. You're gonna inhale, lengthen through the chest. Exhale, start to hinge forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back foot comes off the floor. You hinge forward like a teeter-totter. So as your chest comes down, your leg comes out. Breathing here. Somebody's pulling on your fingertips. Somebody's extending through your heel. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, forward fold, standing splits. Fingertips come all the way down to the floor, leg lifts high. Now, your leg doesn't have to lift as high as Janelle's. My leg is like here on the floor, and that's a-okay. Can you walk your fingers closer to your standing leg? Woohoo! Can you grab your standing ankle with one or both of your hands? Maybe you're like, Brie, my hands stay on the floor. Maybe I can come to cupcake fingers, or maybe I can come to peace fingers, or just one finger. Maybe you're like, Brie, I really need to just have a hand on the floor, and that's totally fine. Now, we're gonna handstand prep. We're just gonna try. Walk your hands about a foot away in front of your feet. So walk your hands forward, bend your standing leg as much as you need to. Come up on your tippy toes, on your standing leg, and hop. Woohoo! Pressing away from the ground. So I'm going to request that everybody hops 3 times. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, you're not trying to do anything crazy today. You're just trying to make your face not touch the floor when your feet come off the floor. So you're just trying to find this like, okay, I'm on my hands. I'm surviving. I'm not crashing. You're not trying to get hold time. You're just trying to get the foot off the floor. That's all. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, find ragdoll. I know, that's a little bit of a transition. Breathing here. Let yourself fold. Let yourself just completely release. No work in your hands, no work in your arms, no work in your legs. You're just trying not to fall over right now. That's the only work that's being done. Find yourself in a halfway lift. So bring your hands to your shins, pull the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale yourself all the way to the sky. Hands up, look up, palms face each other. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lengthen to the sky. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper, Vinyasa. You can hop, you can step, you can skip. Now, you know what's happening on the other side, so if you really need to take a break and drink some water, then that is a-okay. But if you're ready, inhale the left leg to the sky. Step the foot in between the hands. High lunge, hands come all the way up. Beautiful. So we're strong in our feet, and then we're strong all the way through our fingertips. So you have the option. You have the option, yogis. Your hands can stay in the sky, or your hands can come back behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back foot. Maybe, hopefully, possibly comes off the floor. If your fingertips are behind you, you can keep them there, or you can fly them to the front of the room. Your choice. But you're driving through the crown of your head, and you're driving through the back of your heel. It's a teeter-totter, so as your chest comes down, your leg lifts. Beautiful. Breathing here. Inhale. Exhale, standing splits. Hands come all the way down to the floor, leg lifts. So you're driving with that heel, you're driving with the thigh. Again, your foot doesn't have to come as high as Janelle. My foot doesn't even lift off the floor very far. That's totally fine. See if you can walk your hands closer to your standing leg. See if you can grab your standing leg with one or both of your hands. Maybe you have a hand on the floor right now. That's okay. That's fine and dandy. And then when you're ready, we're going to handstand prep. It's called prep because we don't have any expectations, right? So walk your hands about a foot in front of your foot. Spread your fingers wide, plant yourself down, press away from the ground, and hop. Now we don't have any expectations. We're not trying to do anything crazy. We're just trying to feel what it feels like to have both of our hands on the floor and no other body parts on the floor. See how she's driving with the top leg? And the bottom leg just comes with her. She's not trying to just like flop her feet in the air. She's moving with control. So the only expectation is that we're just not trying to get our face smashed to the floor. We're pressing away from the ground and we're strong. Good. Woohoo! When you are ready, all I request is that you do at least 3, but when you're ready, you can find ragdoll pose. Hanging, grabbing opposite elbows. Loving this. Loving your body. Loving the fact that no more work needs to be done. We are completely released. When you're ready, inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper. Come into a ball squat. So bend your knees, come onto your heels, and we're actually going to make our way all the way into a seat. So drop yourself all the way into a seat. So big transitions onto our seat and then onto our back, hugging our knees into our chest. Rocking back and forth, rocking side to side. Drawing circles with our knees. Giving ourselves that low back massage that we absolutely need today. Giving ourselves the rest and the breath. Bring your arms out by your sides like a T and lower your knees all the way down to the left and look over towards the right. When you're ready, bring those knees all the way back through center and over to the right. Just a gentle stretch. When you're ready, bring those knees all the way back through center. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a really, really, really big hug. If you're watching this online, at home, you can take whatever stretches you feel like your body might need today. But if you are ready, butterfly pose, yeah. So you can take whatever your body needs today, whatever you feel like you want to do. Every single body is different. Every single body needs something different. So take your time, take whatever stretches you need. If you feel like all you need left is rest, then you can lie yourself down in whatever resting pose feels best for you. So you can have a butterfly, you can stay there, you can bring your knees together with your feet wide, you can bend your knees, you can prop your legs up, or you can release down to your final resting pose, Shavasana. Corpse pose with your legs out by your sides. Breathing. Your legs taking that natural opening that they like to take. Your arms by your sides, palms facing up or down. Your eyes closed. And free. And clear. And released. Your body did all of this work so that it can rest. We don't do the work just to do the work. We do the work so that we have space and capacity to rest. Those of you watching from home, you can hang out here for as long as you need today. If you are ready to re-find yourself back into your day and continue on, don't move yet, but start to find some awareness back into this space. Back into your breath, into your fingers and your toes. Maybe you touch one finger at a time with your thumb. Pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger. Back, ring finger, middle finger, pointer finger. Maybe you start to roll your wrists and your ankles. Maybe you flex your feet and point your toes. Then maybe you lift your arms up and overhead, stretching yourself long, stretching not just your arms and your armpits and your shoulders, but your side body and your belly and your hip flexors. And then when you're ready, hug your knees into your chest and roll yourself off onto your most favorite side, whichever side feels better to you. Maybe you use your arm as a pillow, keeping your eyes closed. And then only when you're ready, press yourself all the way up into a seat. Whatever a comfortable seat means to you, you can have your hands on your knees, palms facing down or up. Or you can bring your hands into prayer at heart and center in Anjali Mudra with the thumbs pressed against the chest. Yogis and friends, I see the light in you and I honor you. And my only hope is that you also see the light in me and honor me back. Thank you for rolling out your mat today and practicing with us. Namaste.